Hello, Yugioh Academy students. Today I'll have a deck profile. Today I'll be showcasing my Evol deck. This is basically my favorite deck ever, honestly. It's a very fun deck. I love it to death. Basically, I took this also to a YCS Minneapolis. Did okay. I got 3 wins there out of it in Swiss, so I was actually pretty happy about that. Yeah, I had lots of fun. So anyway, let's get on to the deck profile. It's a 42 card deck, so it's probably the maximum you should run with this kind of deck. Anyway, to start off, the monsters, I play 3 Evil Tile Westlow. This is basically the main guy of the deck. Basically, with him, when he's flip summoned or flip face up, you can special summon 1 Evilsaur monster from your deck. So he's very useful in this deck. He's probably the main evil tile you want to draw into or search out. So yeah, I recommend keeping him at 3, and no more nor less, unless they bump up the maximum copies to 4, then you can run 4. But yeah, just run at 3, no more no less. Next, 3 evil tile in the Yugioh. Another card that I think you should always run at 3. Basically, when he's tributed, you can special summon 1 Evilsaur monster from your deck. Another very useful card. I mean, a little bit slower than Westlow, but he still does his job. I mean, there's one card in here called Evil Force, which I'll get into later, which helps gets a pretty sweet combo off with this guy. So yep, 3 in the Yugioh, no more no less, like I said. Next card, Evil Tile 2 Evil Tile Jafiro. I don't see many people run him. I think you should run him at 2, and if you want to put him down at 1, that's fine by me. But anyway, his effect is when he's destroyed battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Evilsaur monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. I know that if he gets destroyed by card effect, that does make his effect go to waste, but he's very useful to help with Volcano, which I'll get into later. I'll get into the combo with that later. But Volcano, when he's supposed to run an Evil Tile, you can bring back a guy from another Evilsaur from the graveyard. So I'll get into the combo later in the video to show what I'm talking about, to show you why I have him in here. Next, with the last Evil Tile, 1 Evil Tile Lagasucho. To help with the Jafiro combo, get that off, and also to get Evilsaurs in the graveyard to help with the Evil Singularity, to get that off. Lagasucho, and also he has another effect too. When he's flip face up, you can special summon an Evil Tower from the deck, so that helps if you have like a Volcano or in the graveyard. You can special summon Jafiro, or if you want to help get a wall up, you can special summon another, maybe Yugioh, because he has 2,000 defense, so that's a pretty good way of staying alive if you're being undermanned. Next up with the Evilsaurs, 2 Evilsaur Diplo. Just good way of getting out a back row destruction. So yep, when you special summon an Evil Tile, you can target a spell or trap in the field and destroy it. Just a good way of getting rid of back row, and just given the fact that nowadays you have Quaking Mirror Force and all these other back rows with have devastating effects, it's good to have a Diplo. So yeah, and he's basically the main guy I go into if my opponent has get a number of back row. I'll just go into a Diplo and take care of that. Next, 2 Evilsaur Serato, main searcher of the deck. Basically, and monsters wise, when he special summons an Evil Tile, he gains 200 attack, and if he destroys a monster, you can add an Evil Tile from your deck to your hand. So this is very useful. If you special summon by having a Westlow and you run over something, you can add another Westlow to your hand, or if you wanted to, you can get a Lagasucho, a Jafiro, or even a Yugioh if you really feel like it. So it all depends on the situation, but he's very useful getting stuff to your hand. Next, 3 Evilsaur Volcano. Very good at getting stuff out of the graveyard to help get your rank 4 plays off next turn. So yeah, he's very useful. Always run him at 3. You have to basically run him at 3 to help get stuff out faster from the graveyard, to reuse him for your rank 4 plays and stuff
All
like
right,
that.
guys. So here's gonna be the combo that I mentioned earlier that I was gonna show. So yep, basically this is why I went Jafir on this deck. So here we go with the combo. So basically, all you need is Jafir on the field to be destroyed by battle, and you need at least Volcano and one other Diplo in the graveyard to pull this off. So basically, say Volcano's in the graveyard along with Diplo. And let's say your opponent has a Bahamut Shark or something as the monster that's going to attack into him. So basically, you have your Jafiro face down, or else you can run it into it too, I guess. But that's I don't think you would want to take 2,400 damage to the face. So yeah, say he's face down, that you pass. Then your opponent would likely just attack with Bahamut. He'll be destroyed, and then his effect will now activate. So you activate his effect. Then after that, you special summon your Volcano, activate his effect to bring back your Diplo, and then boom. Then your opponent, you'll likely pass if Bahamut's the only monster in the field. And then you could, on the next turn, you could then go into an overlay, into maybe a Dolka, or if you wanted to do a Logia, that would be fine too. So yep, that's basically the combo. Pretty simple. I've done this multiple times at the YCS. I've done it multiple times in tournaments as well. So yeah, that's why I run Jafio on this deck. So yep, it's pretty much the combo. Pretty simple and pretty fun to pull off too.
And lastly, I run one Evilsaur Darwino. Again, another card that I don't see many people use. He's okay. I usually use his effect to go on Westlow to make a rank 5. I have one rank 5 in this deck. So yeah, he's very useful at that point. Also, he also can be used to trigger the Josh's effect. A little bit slower to do, but it still works. You can get another plus off of that. Next with the spells. One of the main spells in the deck, 3 Evo Diversity. Pretty simple. Add 1 Evil Tile or Evilsaur from your monster from your deck to your hand. But you can only use if you have multiples in your hand, you can only use 1 that turn. Very useful. Get a quick search. Get a quick Evil Tile, Westlow or Joshua or any other Evil Tile. Or also you can, if you already have a Evilsaur on the field, you can get another Evilsaur and normal summon it to go into a rank 4. So yeah, very useful. It's basically reinforcement in the army for Evols. Next, another 3 Evil Force. This is the card that helps you with Najasho's effect. All you do is tribute 1 Evilsaur monster and special summon 1 Evilsaur monster from your deck. It is treated as if it was special summoned by effect on an Evil Tile monster. So this is great. So if you use it on Najasho, you can actually get 2 off. Especially summon 2 Evilsaurs instead of 1, which is very useful. It's great to have Najasho in this card in turn 1, because this will be an automatic rank 4 right away. Next, 2 Paduali. Good card for consistency. A bit slower, but it fits this deck. I mean, you cannot special summon clause with it. It doesn't really affect me too much, because if you have a Westlow face down, you're obviously not going to special summon anyway that turn when you put 1 face down. So it's nice to have this card just to get a quick get +1 off of that. So yeah, pretty simple draw power. Nothing too shabby about that. Nothing to really say about it. Next, one of the new cards, Pot of Acquisitiveness. I use this with Dimensional Fissure. So basically, with Pot of Acquisitiveness, you can target 3 banished monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and draw a card. I use this with Dimensional Fissure because Dimensional Fissure, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. So this Dimensional Fissure is good at just banishing your opponent's monsters, but when you run them over, just to get given the fact that there's so many graveyard effects nowadays, it's nice to just have a card that just runs them over and gets them banished instead. And if this card does end up backfiring me, at least I have this to shuffle 3 in the deck and draw a card. So yeah, just pretty good consistency all around with that. Next, 1 Soul Charge, just to get stuff out of the graveyard and get a quick rank 4 play out of that. Nothing really to say about it. Twin Twisters for back row. I wish if I had another one, I would put another one in there. but right now I only have one, so that's all I can say about it. Next, Lightning Vortex. It's kind of like my Raigeki. Book of Moon, just to change stuff face down. You can also use it on Westlow to put him back face down to get another flip effect off, which is pretty amazing, pretty good effect out of that. Next to the traps, 3 Evil Singularity. This is basically the most broken card in the deck. Basically, what it does, you can target 1 Evil Sword and 1 Evil Tile in your graveyard. Use them, and you can use them as a XYZ material for XYZ for Evil Czar. So like you could do it for Solda, you could do it for Logia, you can also do it for Doka. So which is pretty amazing. I usually go into it with Solda first because at that point I might have a Doka on the field anyway. So why not get Solda out? And Solda is actually really good. He can't be destroyed by card effects when he gets XYZ material, which is awesome. Next, 1 Black Horn of Heaven. I used to run this at 2, it drops it down to 1 because of the chain, the whole thing with chaining. You can't do it when something starts to chain, which is pretty disappointing. But anyway, it's good at 1. It's good to just get rid of something that's from the extra deck. Next, pretty much staples, Solemn Warning and Strike. Not much to say about them. Torrential Tribute, because Torrential Tribute. Vanities, because of Vanities. And also got the 3 different kinds of Mirror Forces. Drowning to just get them back all of the deck. Storming, just get them back to the hand. And Quaking, just put them back face down to have Serato have an easier time running them over to get his quick search. And yep, that's the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. 1 Evil Czar Solda. Very good card. Main target for the Singularity trap. Can't be destroyed by card effects when he has XYZ material, and also if your opponent does pendulum summon, like if you're facing pendulums and they just pendulum summon a bunch of monsters, you can use this effect to just get rid of all of them, which is very good removal, and yeah, it gives you an open field to deal with next turn to have them like get 2600 damage on your opponent. Next, 2 Doka. I personally, in my opinion, he's one of the best rank 4s in the game still, honestly, because he's a walking Solemn Strike, and he can do it multiple times per turn, which is amazing, and that can really cripple the opponent. Yeah, I just love this guy. He's amazing. He's the I recommend always going into him first if you have the chance, because it's very hard to get around him, and yeah, he's very good and a must in this deck. Next, 2 Evil Czar Logia. I usually go into him late game. He's basically a walking Solemn Judgment. Yeah, I mean, I go into him late game just so my opponent doesn't do anything to help disrupt me before I go in for game. So yeah, he's mostly the closer of this deck. Next, for the rank 5 for the Darwin to play, number 61 Volcasaurus. Pretty good. I just inflicting burn damage on the opponent. That's the main reason why I have him in here. And he's also a 2500 beater, so that's pretty good. Next, 1 number 39 Utopia. I would have his counterpart, the Utopia Lightning right now, but I don't have him yet. I did buy him, but they got the Spanish version instead, which sucks. So I had to rebuy that. But once I do get the Utopia Lightning, I will have him in here with this guy. Next, Ouroboros. Pretty okay. I don't get into him much, but when I do, he's actually pretty useful. He has 3 effects, and you can only use them once. One is you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return to the hand. Then you can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, or else you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. So it's pretty good. Not much I can say about it. It's just a decent card. I wish it was 2 level 4s rather than 3, but oh well. He's okay though. Next, Granosaurus for a rank 3, just in case I have 2, like a Lagasucho or 2 Westlows on the field. I was gonna maybe go Leviathan, but right now I don't know yet. I might test out Leviathan to make because he can get more attack than 2000, and he has a better effect, honestly, to help with Singularity go off faster. But anyway, I like Granosaurus though. Just a good way of getting burn damage on the opponent if I run over a monster. Next, 1 Castel, because staple. Got Cowboy. burn damage and also just help get over big monsters. Karn Gorgon, good way of just redirecting effects. King of the Pharaoh Lamps to help search out evil tiles if I'm not getting any. Abyss Dweller to help stop graveyard effects, and also one number 101 Silent Honor Arc. So yeah, that's basically my deck profile. But yeah, you guys have any questions, leave a comment and subscribe. Also leave a like. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I'll be also doing an update on this deck too if there's any changes in the future. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Have a nice day.